Hello, my friends. For today's beer review, we're going to be taking a look at Rogue Brewery's Voodoo Donut Series Pretzel, Raspberry, and Chocolate Ale. So, what exactly do we have here? Well, I'm not quite sure. Technically, from what I've seen online, it's considered an American brown ale, but basically what Rogue does is they have this local famous donut shop called Voodoo Donuts, and basically in collaboration with some of their creations, they base a beer off of it. They've had crazy stuff like maple, bacon, peanut butter jelly, and all this weird stuff. Some people say it's just a hipster beer and that it's just a novelty and nothing more, and some people swear by it and say it's really delicious. Well, of all their Voodoo series, I think this is the third or fourth one they've done. This one so far has the highest marks, and people say it really does stay true to the flavor, being pretzel, raspberry, and chocolate. Like I said, it's considered an American brown ale, but I don't really know what you would call a beer like this. But anyway, to read the specifications, it says, dedicated to Tres and Cat Daddy, the Rogues of Voodoo Donuts. It says brewed and bottled by Rogue Ales in Newport, Oregon. Has the ingredients listed. No chemicals, additives, or preservatives. Has the gravity 31 IBUs, not bitter at all. Only 5.4% alcohol, so just a hair above your average domestic beer. So you could probably drink the whole bottle and be just fine, I imagine. And on the bag it has these pictures here, which basically say to pair it with desserts and donuts. What more can I really say about it? Just a crazy looking bottle art. You've basically got raspberries, chocolates, and pretzels in the background with a voodoo doll that's being stabbed in the heart with a pretzel stick. This is just weird. So I'm going to take the cap off of it now. I'm going to be drinking this out of the Duvel snifter glass today because the Duvel snifter glass is the best one with its shape to present and display aromas. And I assume this is going to have some crazy ones. Straight into the glass. It pours very dark brown, almost like coffee. Let's see if we're able to get a head on that. Forms to about a nice finger of medium light brown, actually kind of tan colored head. Into the light. It's actually pitch black like a stout is, but it's considered a brown ale. That's what it says. Looks really good in the glass, but let's give it a smell. I'm picking up on like stout smells. There's definitely chocolate. And there is raspberry too. I got that. I get that kind of lightly sweet, fruity raspberry smell. Really not smelling any pretzel though. No kind of breadiness or saltiness or anything that you'd expect from the smell of a pretzel. There's malts. A little bit of hops. Coffee. Sweet milky chocolate, actually. So it's kind of like sweet milky chocolate, a little bit of sweet fruity raspberry, malt, slight hops, sweet coffee, milkiness. It smells really good. I'm not getting any pretzel. I'm getting 2 out of the 3 flavors, so 2 out of 3 is not bad. Let's hope that the taste is just as crazy good as the description of this is. Let's hope it has some pretzel in the taste. But anyway, head is dissipated down to just a film now, and without further ado, we're going to give it a taste. So let's see what Rogue Voodoo Donut Pretzel Raspberry Chocolate Ale is all about. It's very good. You'd have to hunt really hard to find pretzel in that. I'm getting chocolatey malts up front, and the raspberry sweetness is kind of lost in a breadiness, so I guess there's a little bit of a pretzel wing to it, I suppose. And there's a little bit of bitterness in the back. It's not a hot bitterness, no, it's a chocolatey coffee bitterness. Whenever I exhale, though, I do get that kind of tart raspberry mild sweetness with it. This is definitely a beer that takes time and exploration. You got to kind of let it sit, let it breathe in the glass, taste it a few times, you know, slowly explore the smells and the taste. You can't just drink it up front. Oh, there it is, pretzel, raspberry, chocolate. The chocolate and the raspberry are pretty prevalent. As far as the pretzel goes, it's not like you're going to go to, you know, a baseball game and get one of those huge pretzels and it's just, wow, this tastes like a pretzel. It's a breadiness, which is... I can't believe they're calling this an American brown ale. This drinks like a stout. I don't agree this is an American brown ale. This drinks just like a stout. And the pretzel comes through in the breadiness that you get in stouts sometimes. But just to reiterate, immediately hit with sweet chocolate. Sweet raspberry comes next. A little bit of coffee. The raspberry is actually what lingers the longest. You know, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this warm up just for a minute and come back to you because it's developing every time I taste it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've been letting it sit here and warm for about like 10-15 minutes. The raspberry comes through a lot more. The chocolate has definitely come a lot sweeter. And the smell, I mean, still not really picking up pretzel. I mean, there's breadiness from the malts, but it's not pretzel. And the taste, there's raspberry, there's chocolate. I think the pretzel is lost in this. One could say there's breadiness. I keep saying that, but I wouldn't call it as far as pretzel. I think they would do good just to call this a raspberry and chocolate stout, honestly. 2 out of 3, not bad. Was looking forward to pretzel because that's the weirdest part. You know, you do good just to add some raspberry lambic or creek to a chocolate stout and get a similar result. But you know, it is kind of a fun experimentation. And I don't know, maybe my bottle's different. Or maybe my bottle's too young and needs to age, or maybe it's getting a little bit old. Some people swear that they can smell and taste pretzel in their taste notes, but I'm not really getting pretzel per se, just kind of a burnt breadiness, which I guess you could call pretzel-y. That's not to say it's a bad beer. It's really good, and it's really complex, because it has, and it keeps changing. I can't really say what the progression is. It's just all sort of at once. It's got sweet chocolate, bitter chocolate, malts, coffee, raspberry, and breadiness to it. So, what am I going to rate this beer? 7.8. That's what I give it. It's good. It's not like the craziest thing I've ever drank, but it's very good. And I'll continue to buy their Voodoo series because it is interesting, even if just for the bottle itself and the crazy name written on it. I would have liked to have tried their one that had bacon in it because, you know, there's no denying the taste of what bacon tastes like. But anyway, that's been Rogue Brewery's Voodoo Donut Series Pretzel Raspberry Chocolate Ale. If you guys enjoyed the review, if you can get this near you, I suggest giving it a shot. It is interesting. And until the next beer review, hope you guys enjoyed it.